Hey, how's it going, 8th graders? Okay, having a few difficulties with YouTube today. Let me go over these for you guys, and I'll put this right under the announcements where I put YouTube videos. Okay, scenario number 1. You are the boss of a big company in the early 1900s. Your workers are unhappy and they're threatening to unionize. Now, you're going to meet with your stakeholders or those higher-ups, managers, etc., shortly to strategize or come up with strategies how to deal with these unhappy workers that are threatening to create a union. What are some of the things you need to take into consideration to combat this? That's situation 1 that you can write about. Situation 2, you're on the other side of the coin here. You are the person in charge of gathering all these workers together, brainstorming different ideas and different concerns that you have because you're thinking about unionizing. So you're the person in charge of creating this stir within the workers in order to create a union because of how you've been treated, conditions, etc. So you have to come up with a list of your concerns and what you're going to say to the big boss and his stakeholder. That's situation 2 you can write about. Now, situation 3, we're shifting gears here a little bit. Henry Ford so far has a monopoly in the automobile industry. It's the early 1900s. And you have decided, you know what, I'm going to invent my own car to compete in the automobile industry. So, what are some things that you have to consider as the boss of your own company going in a market that is monopolized by Henry Ford or the Ford Motor Company at that time in the early 1900s? What are some things you are going to do and that you have to consider? That is situation 3. Now, situation 4, I hate throwing anyone into this situation. This is situation 4, and I bet you maybe no one even writes about this. But you are a politician in a city, and you made promises to get elected. Some of these problems you did follow through with. You have increased the number of housing units in your city for people to live in. However, you have not added that many more jobs. The streets, you promised also to clean up the streets. They're still fairly dirty. And you did not come through in your promise of creating agencies to help the poor and many immigrants in your city and the unique problems they have. So you need to come up with a plan and somewhat of a speech to address those people that are coming to, that you're going to address, and some of the things that you want to say to them. Remember, many of them have mixed feelings on the job that you have done. So what are some of the things you're going to say? What are some of the things you're going to address? And remember, keep this in mind, you want their support, both financial, and you want to be reelected. Okay? So that's situation 4. Now, situation 5, we're taking care of a lot of different things that have to do with different problems in a city, kind of that change and challenge. So situation 5, you're a landlord, and there's not enough housing in this city. Therefore, you and your construction company, your people, are going to build a tenement housing unit. What are some of the things you need to take in consideration when you're building this additional housing that is much needed? What are some of the things you have to take in consideration? Okay? That's situation 5. Now again, I don't care what this written assignment looks like, but it has to be thorough in order to get 50 extra credit points. You have to consider a lot of different things. What I'm saying there too is you can do bullets, you can do paragraphs, tables, charts, however you want to do it, just so it makes sense to you and it makes sense to me that you're thinking about the situation, different solutions to one of these 5 situations. Just write about one, not all of them. Just one. Okay? Good job. Have a great weekend, and I will post this.